Already, baby, what he do? It's your big dog, Bobo Luciano. Want to touch bases with you. I got my sexy ass, gorgeous, beautiful wife in the building.
It's your girl, Jazzy K.
What's up, baby? You know, we're going to bring the streets to the people.
Well.
And the people to the streets. And I guess we want to talk about this JaMorant situation. How you feeling?
How am I feeling? About what in particular?
Well,
because it's so many directions you could take with this. I gotta add
so many aspects of the situation.
It's levels.
I don't want to blame JaMorant. I know where I sit. I don't want to blame JaMorant. Where do you sit as far as?
You don't want to blame him as far as what?
I mean, he's a 23-year-old kid. I blame him for, I mean, he's got an adolescent mind. I blame his upbringing.
You can't blame his upbringing because you don't know his upbringing.
I don't blame. I mean,
I take it back.
I don't blame his upbringing. I blame the people around him and the people that's supposed to be protecting him against that. Because when you're in a different, I blame his pops because his pops want to be, Usher lookalike doppelganger, and
he can't help that he look like Usher.
Well, I mean, he don't need to be all high fiving it. I mean, he seemed like he want to be part of the problem and not part of the solution. I mean, I don't know the man. I'm just saying, looking at how he's
judging.
I'm judging based on what I see.
Yes, well,
I'm judging based on what I see. He don't seem like he's got. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to blame him. Totally. He's got his part in it. But I don't want to totally blame him in this. I mean, he's a 23-year-old kid. I can remember things I did when I was 23.
More than once?
Yeah. I mean, you want to learn from your mistakes, but some people repeat their mistakes.
And that is the part that I can't agree with you on.
Yeah.
Like, I agree, and I have all the sympathy and grace in the world for the first mistake. Okay? When you do something the first time and you're young, everybody can say, oh, they're young, they're a kid. That's what kids do. He's just the times are in. But when you were suspended the first time,
yeah, I understand,
and you turn around and do it again in the real world, if my job tells me, hey, you can't come to work with nails on.
Yeah.
And I say, oh, okay, and turn around and come again, then they fire me. Whose fault is it?
That's real.
Whether I'm 23, 43, 33.
Well, what do you say about the people who try to bring up past pictures of old NBA players? I think someone said they got a picture of LeBron with a rifle at a shooting range. Mm-hmm. What do you say about that? Is that a little different than what we're seeing as far as
well, I do feel like
going live.
I do feel like you have to look at things in context, right? So the picture of LeBron James with the rifle, when was it? What was going on? What was he doing? You just said he was at a gun range.
I think he was at a gun range, so that's a controlled environment.
But the JaMorant issue technically could have been a controlled environment as well. He's in the car. I don't know where he was, but apparently everywhere it's legal to have guns now. So just having a gun and being in a car, you're not aiming a pointing gun at anyone. You're not committing a crime.
Well, you know how they say straight bullets don't have no name.
But my thing about that is, if we're going to be, my whole thing about the JaMorant issue is the damage he was doing to himself as far as his NBA career.
Financially.
Now, if we look at this outside of NBA, it's a whole nother, because we can go so far as to say America is the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're in such a gun-happy society. We have all these, very strong Second Amendment rights people.
Yes.
And if you go back, it's pictures of politicians and their whole families holding guns. And it's not a problem for them. So the problem for me is not the point of just having a gun. You know what I mean? It's the point of, you already been told once, don't do it. You're now a public figure and you have young children looking up to you. Whether you want it or not, it is what it is.
Yeah. I wonder what city were they in. Were they in Memphis or were they in somewhere in the Carolinas where he's from? Because everybody's bringing up the law into the matter, and I think that's been the.
Well, that's because he's black.
Yeah. No. Even black people are bringing it up.
That's
No, black people are saying it's not against the law. Then why is it a problem?
yeah, because it's your job. I mean, it's not for me, and I think for a lot of people, the issue is not the point of having a gun, right? It's the point of you
signing the
flashing
contract.
it, dancing with it, making it like it's cool, using it for ways other than protection. But we can't just fault him for that, because look at the country we live in. We live in a very gun proud country.
Happy.
Yeah,
we happy over here to have guns.
So they they take pictures with their guns. They go shooting and they go sporting and they take picture with their kill and their guns. I don't really see, he's just doing that in a different way, if you ask me.
I'd like to know what y'all think in the comments. Let us know, because a lot of people have, a lot of people feel one way. Some people feel the other way. You know what I mean? I'm big on not blaming a young kid, especially someone that just, but
he's not in the same situation. But at what point
I understand
do you blame? I mean, he's 23.
He's 23 with $200 million, and that's got to be
which should be all the more reason for you not to be sitting in the gun.
Well, we don't know that, because we don't know that. We're assuming, but we don't know the weight on his shoulders. We don't know the problems he's dealing with, what his dad has taught him, what kind of upbringing he's had. We don't know. I don't want to judge anyone.
And even if you don't know, at 23 years old, when you've been told the rules and expectations, and then you go do the opposite of that, it doesn't matter your upbringing or any of that at this point. It looks bad. That's what I mean. Like, it's so many people, I feel like, not saying you, but a lot of people use that, they're young as a.
You still, they say the male mind didn't mature till age 25.
I don't care.
And you still out here.
I don't care. You 23, you've had enough discipline to make it into the NBA. You should have enough discipline to follow the rules to keep you there.
I feel you. I just want him to do better. I don't want him to cost himself no money.
Now, I don't want.
Somebody said he made a guy cost himself $39 million by not making the All NBA team.
Now, I don't want to say this, but I do notice that they were listening to, who were they listening to?
NBA
Youngboy. I mean, and again, that's always going to be a question.
I'm not going to bring that.
Is the music an influence? Does it make you rowdy and make you want to behave in a certain way?
No.
Is it the video games? Is it the way we were brought up? I mean, it's so many things that we could put it on, except for accountability. You're a 23-year-old black man in America. You don't get to do the same stuff. And even aside from all that, you've been told once what the expectation was, and you came back and you did it again.
You made an apology.
And you did it again.
And said it wasn't going to happen again.
And you did it again. So
I wonder why
it's just like what did George Bush say? Fool me once.
Shame on you, blame me. What did he say?
Won't fool me again.
Won't fool me again.
This is the point.
Yeah, but I wonder why he was flashing his gun.
Exactly. I mean, that's the $1 million question he would have to answer, and y'all would have to ask him. But it's so many woulda, coulda, shouldas that can go into the why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day,
my homeboy said one time that gun for these young dudes is like
a piece and chain.
Yes, and it's an accessory. That's crazy.
It's really not crazy though if you think about it. I mean, especially just think about if you grew up in Texas. We're very, gun
happy.
Yeah, we're very Second Amendment proud and all that down here. You know what I mean? It's several things that could be TV. You could blame TV. You could blame video games. You could blame, youth.
That's why I always put it on parenting. Well, let me tell you why.
That's not fair.
Let me tell you why. Because we have children, and if we see them,
and how many times have the children we have gone and done things against our better judgment of against what we taught them?
Oh yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, but they're not gonna do the fooly fool because they know about.
But was that the fooly fool?
When you're dealing with firearms, that's kind of a tough one.
But he's 23.
That's why I told you he's 23. What does that mean?
He's an adult.
Yeah, he's an adult
who may legally own a firearm. Is it wrong? Is it wrong for me to say, and I legally? It just looks bad because I'm a public figure. That's and
he's dancing to that damn rap music too.
That part. Those thugs.
Yeah.
That's the part. I mean, because if it were any other, if he was standing next to an animal he just killed, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Let me tell you what it is. Why it's such a big deal. Because these guys, like, when you are...
It's perception.
Yeah, when you're a face of a team, of an all-star or what do you call it? Just one of the top players in the NBA or NFL or something like that. You know, you have a lot of, especially influence on children. Mm-hmm. And what they're trying to do is not, like Michael Wilborn. Michael Wilborn said he would not allow his kids now to even buy any JaMorant tennis shoes. He said, I refuse to support that kind of behavior.
And I can totally
and that comes from a black man.
I can totally agree with him on that, but that's still not going to stop his kids from wanting the shoes or liking the shoes.
But I won't support them. They won't get the money from my pocket.
And that's
his choice, and that's his
that's
decision.
Great. But what I'm saying is, if we redid this and JaMorant was standing with a gun on top of some deer he just killed, would we be having the same conversation?
I don't think they'll. That just depends.
We wouldn't.
No. I mean, if it was hunting, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's hunting.
So it just, I mean, it depends.
I think it's a little different when you got a rifle and then a handgun. It's a little different.
A gun's a gun.
You say that they both kill people.
And animals.
Mm-hmm. They both kill.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it from both sides.
For me, the idiotic part about it,
I think you screwed up by doing it twice.
The fact that you did it twice. Yes. Yeah. I can totally roll with, okay, you young, you're not used to corporate, America. They told you there's a standard. We don't want you to behave like this. And you say, oh, my bad, I didn't know. Okay, I won't do it again. But then you do it again. That's kind of your bag.
I wanted to...
but I just feel like because the NBA, has a code of conduct, which a lot of jobs do. That's not anything...
That's not new.
Exactly. But again...
Especially in Texas.
Had the same person, had the same gun, with the same music playing, posing in front of a dead tiger or elephant, will we be having the same conversation?
If he was dancing, we would. Because Peter will be coming after your ass.
Peter, but not all of...
Oh, it's a lot of them. You don't want Peter to come out the woodwork. Now, do you?
I don't.
You don't want Peter. You don't want the Peter. Tonight you might.
Hey. Peter, pumpkin Peter.
Say, check this out. Y'all hit the comment section and let us know what you think.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We just sit up here chopping it up with Kenny. We was having a conversation about JaMorant and the world, and say, man, cut these cameras on. Let's get it on tape and see what the family think.
Yeah, let us know y'all thoughts and comments and opinions.
I just don't want the man to cost himself no money.
Well, he already has.
Yeah, I've heard 39 million, possibly because he missed those games last year.
That's what I mean. And are you getting paid for suspended games?
39 million. No, pay without suspension.
That part. So
now they're talking about the NBA may suspend him another 25 games.
I'm sorry.
That's a third of the season.
Hey, and that's just what you get. Like,
that's a third. There's no way you can make the All-Star team.
These are people that's writing your check. That's responsible for your livelihood right now.
Yes.
And they have a certain way that they want to carry themselves.
But you know what?
Be a part of this organization.
I just thought about something. Y'all, I'm about to rock the boat. I'm about to rock the boat. This is what Kanye West said. Men. When he said slavery is a choice. This is what he was talking about. He didn't say slavery was a choice. He ain't talking about slaves from back then. He's talking about us signing up for these deals and being controlled. That's what he was speaking of. He just put it in that way.
Okay. He wasn't talking about slavery. If you don't want to be controlled, start your own NBA team.
Yes.
Become an owner, and then have whatever code of conduct you want. I mean,
it'll never happen.
And really, it's not NBA. You would have to start he would have to start a whole nother league, right? A whole nother organization.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. It won't work.
So
yes.
the NGA.
Yeah. What that mean?
National Gun Association. Yeah,
it didn't work.
So yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's got a code of conduct in his paperwork as well.
Exactly. All jobs have a code of conduct.
Yeah,
I mean,
in other words,
and I can't sit up and say that that's slavery or being controlled. Is that if this is my business and I'm paying you to be a part to?
Well, yeah, you can't do what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do what you want, so there is a smidgen of control there.
I mean, but it's my company. If you don't want to follow the rules and guidelines, go start your own business.
Yeah,
this is America.
This is America, and also once you sign that paperwork, your ass is mine, based on what that paperwork.
Well, you better read the paperwork and see if that's something you can agree with or go along with.
Yeah,
I mean, period.
Because a lot of people sign just to get those dollars, and then don't read the small print and realize they got to walk a fine. It's almost like probation. I'm gonna take all them years of probation, but damn, do I really want to take all those years of probation and walk that? Yeah, it sounds good that I don't have to go to jail, but if I end up having to go to jail anyway, because I can't, because I can't act right when I already know the rules.
Yeah, if you're a person that's a fuck up,
like JaMorant.
Excuse me, that's gonna be hard for you.
Is JaMorant a fuck up? Is what you're saying?
I can't say that now. He's 23.
Okay.
He's 23. He's too young to just. I don't know enough about his past to say, okay, this is a pattern.
Can he pull it back?
Absolutely, he can pull it back.
So he's young.
Yeah,
he can redeem himself.
He's young, and you lose enough money. You know what I mean? You work so hard to get to this point, and then almost have it taken away for some bull. Hopefully, he realizes that sooner than later.
But see what he's giving up. I'm gonna give you another prime example. We're about to close this out. When you're at the top of the game, like you are, like he is, you can become the face of the league. You know what I mean? Which comes with more money. You know what I mean?
Not at the rate he's going.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give you an example who that happened to. Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke.
When Zeke was his first 2-3 years in the league, he was at the top of his game, jumping in Salvation Army buckets, but he had that cloud of that abuse hanging over his head of that young lady.
Yeah.
And
allegedly.
It's alleged, but it cost him all of the. How many commercials did you see Zeke on? You can name 100. That Prescott sleep number bed, all that. But think about the endorsements that Zeke did not get because of that allegation hanging on his head.
He's tarnished.
Because of what you said, alleged allegation hanging over his head. It's just, it's all about perception. And that's what the NBA is about. Perception.
Exactly.
It's not about what's wrong and what's right. It's about, okay, what is whatever the NHRA, whatever it is, National Handgun.
But he's part of this generation. It's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
They don't see
the business point on it.
The business aspect in the bigger picture and the damage you can do yourself along the way.
Yeah, so, what if that gun would have gone off and shot your homeboy that was filming live in the head?
I mean, that happened with George Bush and Dick Cheney. So, I mean, Dick Cheney out on
Dick Cheney, George Bush wasn't there.
Whatever it was.
And he pulled the trigger
whatever
on purpose.
It was.
It wasn't an accident. He pulled that on purpose. He shot the guy on purpose.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Whatever it was, people get hurt all the time in sporting events, so-called sporting events that involve guns. And it's not televised because they're not.
But that's not a sporting event when you're riding in a car. When you're riding in a car,
you talk about riding in a car. I said there's people all the time that get hurt in sporting events.
No, but what I'm saying, when you chilling and you pulling the gun out, I said, what if that gun would have gone off? And you said it goes off at any time in a sporting event, but they're not in a sporting event when they're just riding around in the car in the neighborhood. What if it went through somebody's house and shot Joe Blow?
Excuse me. Guns go off all the time unintentionally.
All the time, and so that's why they're trying to kill him. That's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. Because anything can happen.
I don't think that's where the problem lies.
I mean, it's just like shooting up in the air on the 4th of July. People say, hey, don't do it.
That's not where the problem lies. I mean, we don't even know if that gun is loaded or not. So to go there is just a whole other
No, but I'm trying to tell you, perception. Perception is everything. It's the perception. They're going to put their whoop on everything. In other words, they're going to say, extra. There's that extra. Everybody know what that whoop is when you cooking up that. Let that flick of the wrist. Watch the flick of the wrist. Y'all know what that whoop is to make that thing bounce back and come back. Well, anyway, they're gonna put that whoop on it, okay, and make them say, everything negative that could have happened, they're gonna bring that up. Oh, the gun could have gone off.
Well, hopefully now he learns a lesson, because it's gonna get spent in all sorts of directions now.
They're finna try to cost him. They're about to hit his pocket. They're gonna try to cost him as much money as they can.
Period.
They don't like brothers to have no money in no way. And for you to just try to take money, they don't want you to. They want you to mess up that money.
But see, I just don't want to go down the lane of they don't want brothers to do. He had the money. He effed it off himself. Like, no one made him.
Yeah, but that's 5 years.
No one. I don't care. No one made him get out there and do the same mistake that you just got in trouble for months ago.
No, he's 23.
Weeks ago, whatever.
He's 23 with a 5-year contract. That's 28. Mm-hmm. So he's got a possibility of signing another 2 contracts, right?
The possibility or not.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's gonna cost him too much money. That's what I'm saying. If it ended right now, he don't have all this money. It'll be over for him. But like I said, y'all get the comments. That's us talking about it. We just want to know how y'all feel. And
if it's over for him, it'll be his fault.
It'll be his fault. Damn. Hate that for you, brother. I pray for you, and I hope he changes his team around him and his environment, and hopefully,
Sometimes, though, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can't blame the team and the people around him either, because we don't know what's happening in those circles. And
that's right. His team didn't pull out the pistol.
That part. And then the second time, it looked like the team tried to
protect him,
take the camera away when they realized the dumb shit he was doing.
And let's talk about that for a second. What's all this damn camera work for?
That's the time we in, baby.
Our generation, nigga, put that camera down.
That's the time we in,
put that camera down, fool.
Cameras out. Look,
I'm not finna let you just film me all the time.
Action 24/7.
It's a time and a place for everything. It's a time and a place. Even though we do this for a living now, I'm not gonna want cameras on me all the time.
Me either.
You know what I mean? It's time where I'm like, man, cut that shit off, man.
Exactly.
Cut that off, bro.
Ask me if you can film me.
Yeah, bro. Y'all just pulling up cameras at all times just cause y'all jamming NBA YoungBoy. You might see anything. You know what I'm saying? You might see me digging in my nose. You might see me doing anything because I wasn't ready for that. And I'm not used to that. And
well, in this situation though, I mean, he did know that his friend had the camera out. So, which again, it was still dumb.
It did look asinine.
Yes, it's still dumb.
That nigga.
It almost looked like you're trying to be a rebel.
He was dancing.
What they said, I'm gonna pull the gun out.
I got 200 mil.
Yeah.
Hope that ain't the reason.
And the friend was like, "Boy, what
you doing, fool? They gonna blame me." Check this out. I'm about to say Dirty South Block Boy. It's Super Tight TV. It's your boy Bobo Luciano and Jazzy K. Y'all stay locked and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. And we love y'all. We out. Peace.
No, I'ma get some game tuned in with Super Tight. Yeah, I get the low love from Big Bobo. From the front seat, not no photos.